Let's talk about the current times that we live in. It's the culture of it's just there's so much. There's no honor amongst anybody anymore. And you look no further than the current face of the NBA, LeBron James. Make no mistake about it. I can't even front. I don't like this dude. I've never liked this dude. I could easily see through this nigga. Like some dudes, you could see them coming and shit, and you could see just straight through them the phoniness. Let me look around to see who's looking. Depending on who's looking, will determine how I'm going to act. If I'm going to act like I'm tough or not, I gotta have people looking at me in order for me to act like this. This is how LeBron is. He goes on the Pat McAfee show and basically drags Brian Woodhorse. And this is a dude, Brian has been following LeBron since high school, and it was never a problem then, but now all of a sudden it's a problem. Now all of a sudden he's weird. This is a man that has had your back through anytime anybody would say something or think something about LeBron, Brian Woodhorse would be the one to defend LeBron. Over the years, all the way, ever since high school, anything that goes wrong, he would ring the chimes as far as, no, it's not LeBron's fault. No. LeBron needs help. LeBron, this is one of the guys that had your back through thick and thin in the media. And now you go on Pat McAfee show and call him weird because you mad at Stephen A. Smith. You want to call Brian weird and all this stuff. As far as what's going on with LeBron and Stephen A., it's two dudes that got tremendous egos. They are the face of their profession, and neither one of them are going to back down. These are two grown men. So I don't have a problem with them going back and forth. But people that try to be loyal to you, one thing I know about you, LeBron, when people try to be loyal to you, all you do is spit in their face and wipe your feet on them. You have no honor. You are one of the most dishonorable niggas that I've ever seen in my life. And now it's coming out that, yeah, you probably did know about AD getting traded. And you couldn't even be man enough to tell him that. Pull him to the side like, yo, AD, they about to trade you. Because you too much of a punk to answer the question. Because AD probably have been like, well, you knew about this? You got something to do? You want me to trade it? But you too much of a bitch ass nigga to even want to have that man-to-man conversation with dude. Knowing damn well you was getting them traded behind his back. There's just no honor in this society anymore. And the NBA is just a microcosm of the problem. And it's rife. It's infested in certain communities too. It's infested in certain communities. People that you cool with and wanted, that you might have went through thick and thin with. Secretly, they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to outshine them. And if it's up to them, if they can actually tilt the scale against you, they'll do it. And pretend like it's an accident, but it's never an accident. It's never an accident. You look at the political landscape, just because they have TDS, they don't care that things will be financially better for them. They don't care that they'll start taking home more of the money that they work for. They don't care about that because they have so much TDS. They would rather sink the ship rather than reach the island. Can't be on no cruise ship with these type of people. They have no honor. They come from a culture of dishonor. Bunch of dishonorable individuals. Haters. Crabs in a bucket. And then LeBron, with his punk ass, had the nerve to say that Giannis Antetokounmpo would score 250 points in a game if he played in the 70s. Well, LeBron, I got news for you. The Hoopers that played in the 70s, if you transport them into today's NBA and you give them the same nutrition, and yes, I'm using air quotes when I say nutrition, especially when it comes to LeBron. Give them the same stuff, the same workout equipment, same workout regimen, the same knowledge, the same leniency in the rules to where you can't even look at a player too long without getting a technical and getting ejected. Oh, no. You better not stare at a player too long. Your ass will be in the showers. Your work day is over. If you put those players in today's NBA, they would destroy y'all. If you allow them to have the same mentality that they had back then, they wouldn't care about getting ejected. So when you try to compare errors, which is dumb anyway, but if you're going to compare errors like that, that means Giannis Antetokounmpo would have to have the same basketball knowledge as they had in the 70s. He would have to have the same food, nutrition, and workout routines as they had in the 70s. He would be just like any other player. Nothing special. Just like if you take those players and put them into today's game where they can just roam free, not have to worry about fouls, not have to worry about somebody throwing an elbow to their ribs. They got all this extra nutrition and workout routines. Gyms have so much more free weights and things they can work out with, along with working on their game. They would blend in with y'all. They would be just another star walking around the NBA. So this comparison is stupid anyway. And lately you've been a little extra grumpy lately. And a lot of people want to attribute that to your son, Bronny, being trash. That might have a little bit to do with it, but I think there's more. I think there's a little more to it than that. A little more to it than that. I think it got something to do with Diddy and that whole trial and the things that some people probably are going to come out and say because they're going to be under oath. They're going to have to say it. I think that has something to do with it, and I think that is going to dovetail into the possibility that you might be the next Lance Armstrong. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa. You and other NBA players might be next because as far as non-contact sports, there's really no reason for y'all to be taking anything of the sort. So Lance Armstrong had to answer for his transgressions. And make no mistake about it, before he got caught, he passed over 500 tests. So all you have to do is really look at the tea leaves, like, okay, the human body naturally, when it naturally gets older, especially as a basketball player, professional athlete, you know, at the end of the game, you have to put ice bags on your knees. So I'll ask the uncomfortable question that a lot of people don't want to ask. Why don't you ever have to ice your knees, LeBron? Since you want to be so dishonorable and you want to get down in the mud and drag other people, well, then maybe we should start doing that to you. You see, when Michael Jordan played, when Kobe played, they got criticized. They got drugged through the mud about what people thought about them, interactions they might have had with them. They got drugged through the mud. It wasn't no walking on water or nothing like that. People actually went at them. In the media, around the media, everybody would talk shit about Jordan and Kobe. They wasn't protected like y'all, like the players today think they were. See, y'all are babied. Y'all are the most entitled, spoiled brats I've ever seen in the NBA. At least I give credit to Giannis Antetokounmpo because he's probably one of very few that still has a little bit of old school mentality in him. And ironically, it's probably because he's not an American black man. Because a lot of y'all nowadays, y'all just soft mentally just soft. Y'all got paper thin skin after you pour water on the paper. And it's just crazy that this dude is single-handedly destroying the NBA. Because right now he's the money cow, the cash cow. So a lot of dudes are scared to speak up against him because they scared he gonna dry up their money. So they just go along with the flow. They feel and think a certain way, but they scared to say it. To me, and on that note, you got to question the manhood of some of these niggas, because how you going to let another man just be overbearing and control your purse strings like that to the point where you can't even speak up for yourself as a man? You can't even speak up for yourself as a man. This dude give you a sideways look. Just so you guys wouldn't have to play hard in the All-Star game. After Larry Bird and Dr. J comes in there trying to hype y'all up to get y'all to compete, to get y'all to want to compete. But y'all so scared. Oh my God, my brand might suffer if this dude show me up. I mean, if y'all meet each other in the playoffs, you still gonna have the same problem if you that scared of that man. So what, the playoffs don't come, you gonna shy away too? This man, I'm so ready for this cupcake Twinkie era to end. And the face of it is this dishonorable motherfucker, LeBron James. And he represents the current culture of load management, laziness, not wanting to get your ass up and work. And even and a lot of this narrative that you guys been pushing, talking about he spends $2 million on his body. He even debunked that out of his own mouth. He said he don't know where that came from. People crazy. So y'all been making up shit to put this nigga on a pedestal. But at the same time, conveniently, he didn't go out of his way to debunk it along these years. All these people boosting this dude up only for him to stab y'all in the back. This should teach y'all a very valuable lesson right now. This nigga ain't shit. He don't give a fuck about none of y'all. He will snake you first chance he get if it means that he will look better in the situation than you. That's what he did to Russell Westbrook. Kyrie Irving wasn't even on his team at the time. And when Kyrie had the controversy that he went through that was overblown, you was quick to throw him under the bus, didn't you, LeBron? What happened to all this pro-black talk? Blackity black, bliggity black. What happened to all that? This is why I will be glad when this era of NBA is over. Get back to the grassroots dudes actually wanting to compete and win a championship. These dudes now is just soft, butter soft, milk dud soft, s'mores over a campfire soft, wet baby wipe soft. But and the Stephen A thing, that shit was. What you walked up on a what is he? What's Stephen A? 57 years old. You wasn't gonna hit him. What was the point? You knew everybody was watching. That's why you did it. Because according to Stephen A. and a lot of other people, you have his number. You got a way to reach out to him and talk to him if you really got a problem, an issue with something he's been saying. If you was really about that business, you could have called him on the phone. You could have met him somewhere away from the cameras. But nah, you wanted everybody to see that. You wanted everybody to see that. So you look like a big tough guy, big tough LeBron. You can't mess with LeBron. We scared of LeBron. The dudes that's scared of you probably a bunch of pussies anyway. Then I don't know why them dudes are scared of you. And that's why I know it comes down to money. You give a little wink, a little nod, and all of a sudden, the money opportunities, the endorsement opportunities that a lot of dudes had a chance to get, all of a sudden that'll dry up, and then you'll be sitting there like, I don't know what happened. Yeah, you know what happened, nigga. You did that shit. And this is why a lot of dudes don't actually say what they really mean while they playing in this current era of the NBA. Because they know how much of a snake you are. LeBron, Two Fangs, James. Snake. And what you did to Brian Whithurst, that was disgraceful right there. He don't have nothing to do with whatever you and Stephen A. Smith got going on. Your anger towards Stephen A. Smith, what he has or has not said, and this is the crazy thing. You mad at Stephen A. because of the things he's saying. Brian Windhurst would say the exact opposite. He speaks highly of you. He's spoken highly of you your whole career. And for you to dog him and call him weird like that, that just shows what kind of man you are. You are a piece of shit. Period. on top of period. But yo, I just want to get on here for a minute and holler at y'all. This video is going on both of my channels, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just so much going on in society, and the NBA is just a reflection of that. There's just no honor anymore. None. Nigga stab you in your back, and then when you approach him and ask him about it, he'll pretend like he don't know what happened. Nigga, if you gonna do it, you can at least stand on it. Be a man about it. Yeah, I did that shit. Nigga, what? But these goof ass niggas won't even do that. So it's like we live in a Judas culture for real. And you're looking at the poster child on the left of the Judas culture, a culture of dishonor, LeBron James. He represents that, and his followers do too. And his followers should learn a lesson, because the way he did Brian Windhurst, he'll do the same thing to you if he saw you. That being said, this is Gen X Media 7. These type of outtakes you can also catch on my other channel, Shy Out of Town Sports. That being said, I'm out.